Welcome back. Today we are making keto tortilla shells. I was at the store the other day and I was excited because I saw they were selling keto low-carb tortilla shells. And then I looked at all the ingredients and I realized I couldn't even pronounce most of the ingredients. So I came home and decided to make some real keto tortilla shells out of ingredients that you will recognize, things like wheat, almonds, salt, and avocado oil. So let's get cooking and make these keto tortillas. To get started, I have 3/4 of a cup of keto wheat flour. This is keto wheat flour from King Arthur Flour. If you scroll down to the links below, there's a link there that you can follow to go out and purchase some. That, in addition to the keto almond or the keto wheat flour, also the almond flour and the avocado oil. They're all out there down there in the links below. So to that, 3/4 of a cup of keto wheat flour, I'm adding 3/4 of a cup of almond flour as well, and 1/4 of a teaspoon of sea salt, 1/2 of a teaspoon of baking powder, and let's mix that all up. And I have 1/2 of a cup of warm water, and to that I'm adding 2 tablespoons of avocado oil. I like avocado oil instead of olive oil because I'm using a fairly hot skillet and avocado oil has a higher smoke point. I'm going to add that all to my flour mixture. We're going to stir that up and you'll have a fairly sticky dough at that point. Get some of these out of the way, and we are going to need our induction burner for cooking our tortillas. And I also like to have a little extra keto flour. Let's just move this out of the way for now. Put a little keto flour on there. And I'm gonna sprinkle a little keto flour on that there. And just knead it a little bit. It's a very soft dough. It reminds me of a cookie dough a little bit. Now, if you're gluten-free, you could use all almond flour. If you use almond flour though, what you want to do is add about 1/4 of a teaspoon of xanthan gum. That will help it stick together, become more cohesive and stay together better. The other thing is you want to let that all hydrate up really good. So when you get to this point, just let it sit for like 15 minutes before you roll, before you press it out into your tortillas. Now what I'm going to do is we're going to divide it into 6 tortillas. And I like to just set them aside a little bit, cover them with a little damp cloth, a little damp dish cloth, keep them from drying out. We're gonna set them over here to the side and get our frying pan. I like to use a cast iron skillet for cooking. And one type of skillet that you really don't want to use is a nonstick skillet, something like this. It has a coating that can come off and get in your food, and then you can ingest it, and it creates toxins within your body. Get rid of your nonstick pans and get either all-clad stainless steel or just good quality stainless steel or cast iron. I like to cook with cast iron, but for my kettles, for my cooking kettles, I like to use stainless steel. We're gonna turn this on and get the pan heated here. I turn it on about medium high, and while it is heating, I'm gonna take one of these tortillas and press it between, let's move that up there, press it between 2 pieces of parchment paper. I've cut a couple of pieces of parchment paper to fit into my tortilla press. If you don't have a tortilla press, just roll them between 2 pieces of parchment paper. That works pretty much just as well. But I have the tortilla press, so we're going to use it. And I'll sometimes adjust it just a little bit. That's actually looking pretty good. And that's feeling pretty warm. So what I usually do is I just kind of peel it right off of the parchment and flip it over right into the dry frying pan. And while that's cooking, the other thing I like about using the cast iron frying pans is you can use metal spatulas instead of the plastic spatulas or the silicone spatulas. Using the stainless steel metal spatulas is much healthier. Again, you get those chemicals, PBAs and other chemicals off of the silicone and plastic spatulas that aren't good for you. Take a peek here and see, okay, this is looking good. Gonna flip that over. What you want is exactly like that. Some nice brown, little bit brown golden color there. And I just press it out a little bit in my hand first and then put that paper on top. Beautiful. See how this one's coming? I tend to make these a little on the thick side. If you like them thinner, you can roll them out thinner and make them thinner. But this is, for me, the perfect thickness and the perfect size for tortillas or for breakfast burritos. I also use this as my sandwich bread quite often. Let's take a peek. Nice and golden. Yeah, that could have actually gone a little bit more. Let's see if that's better. Yeah, I'm gonna turn that up a bit. And a lot of times I'll cover the tacos with a little paper towel to kind of keep them warm until I serve them. They're also really easy to warm up either in the microwave or on the stove. And this is the last one. Beautiful. Turn that off, get it out of the way. And there we have it, a stack of delicious keto tortilla shells. Let's give one of them a try. Delicious. They don't taste exactly like a tortilla shell, but very close. Probably because they don't have any corn in them, but they're really close to a flour tortilla shell. And they're delicious. They make a great taco, as you can see. They're nice and soft. You can bend them and form them into a nice taco shell, stuff them up with all kinds of deliciousness, and have yourself a healthy keto taco. Thank you for joining me today. And go to my website, growwithdrjoanette.com, for this recipe, as well as more healthy longevity recipes. I have lots of keto recipes, low-carb recipes, no-sugar recipes, and recipes made with real food that our grandparents would have recognized. We'll see you next time on the Dr. Joanette channel. Thank you again for liking, subscribing, and following my channel.